Welcome back to She Became Me Live. So we are here. I'm back with my crew doing what we do. So I am Tina Rogers, and this is
Ronieka, Yalonda.
And today our guest is Jariah Hatton. And Jariah is a 16-year-old entrepreneur. And we want you guys to just hear how amazing this young lady is and all the good things she's doing with the business that she has already. So, Jariah, welcome to She Became Me Live.
Hello.
So, give us a little bit about Party Palooza and what do you guys do?
So, basically, we are a part-time tool and grass cutting company.
Okay.
So, we have bounce houses, we have concessions like popcorn, snow cones,
okay,
and like slushy machines. And we also do yard drinks, so for parties.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
So that seems like you're very busy.
Very busy.
Now, how old are you?
16.
Wow.
That's amazing. So, are you one of the co-owners or the owner of Party Palooza? Or how's that working? The ownership.
Co-owner.
Okay. Who are some of the other owners with you in the business?
My big brother Carlos, and then my little sister Kamara.
Okay, so how old are your siblings?
My little sister, she's 12, and then my older brother's 20.
So you guys are owner of Party Palooza at that young age.
Yes.
So how do you get started? Who came up with the idea or created the name? How did all that come about?
We all were just playing with the name, and then we just came up with this, and then my mom came up with the logo, and then my mom also helped us like start, cause we need adult,
Right, definitely, yeah.
thinking. So we all just put it together and then came up with this business.
Wow, that's wonderful. So what year are you in school?
I'm a junior.
Okay, so how do you balance schoolwork and being a business owner?
Well, it's kind of hard because I play sports and but basically on the weekends, this is really my time where I have to like grind because I have to stay up late at night, wake up early in the morning, do whatever I have to do to help my mom and my siblings.
Right. So what sport do you do at school?
I play volleyball.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Nice.
So what advice would you give another teen that would like to get into business? What could you share with another teenager that would love to be in business but they don't even know where to start? Or
Whatever your ideas are, you need to like use your ideas, and whatever you want to do is what you want to do. So follow your dream.
Great.
that's good. That's good advice.
That's great. So what school do you go to, Jariah?
I go to Irvington Prep.
Oh, okay. And so how long you been playing volleyball? This your first year? You been playing?
Since 7th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And what position do you play?
All 6 rotations, but I like to hit.
Really? Okay. So you must be quite the athlete if you can rotate to all 6 positions.
Yes.
And I used to play volleyball, so a little bit. Look back in the day, but to be able to play all those positions or rotate like that, yeah, you must be quite an athlete. So that's great too. So how do you find the balance and to play sports, get up early, because you guys may go out and put the yard signs in late, and then you might have to get up early to go pick them up or take them or drop off and pick up. So how do you find that balance? You got to do homework.
Yeah.
Then you might is there any parties? Well, we know right now you may not be going to parties, but the social life with your friends, how do you find that balance? And sometimes does it get frustrating and and that you hate that I gotta go to work, and so how do you?
Okay, some of my friends are entrepreneurs too.
Oh, okay.
So they have their own businesses, and if we gotta maintain to like help each other, then we will.
Okay.
If we gotta help each other's schedule, then we would do that too in order to see each other or whatever we want to do.
That's good.
Network. You got a strong network.
Yeah, that is key.
And that's
You
great
know.
that the teenagers are able, you guys are able to figure it out and do that at your age. That's really outstanding. So,
Have you ever had any friendships shift or change because you're choosing business and a different type of work ethic over socializing or doing other things?
Actually, my friends are my friends, so they understand because they're entrepreneurs too. So they should know that if I have to go to work, then I have to go to work. I'm sorry.
That is good.
so you
That's
surround yourself with like-minded people.
Yes,
That's what it
that
sounds
is
like.
a key lesson to learn so early.
Yeah, and that you're picking friends and people that you guys are kind of similar in thought process.
Right.
That's good.
Very important.
Yeah, that's how you're successful then, yeah, because you got the right people around you, so that's great. Okay.
I don't want nobody dragging me. Work to get some money.
Right.
These are good lessons.
Yes.
Yeah, so I hope there's any young people listening, you know, pick up some of these good skills and things that Jariah is doing, because these are some great things that she's putting out here to maintain a business at such a young age. So Jariah, where can people get in touch with you guys and contact you guys?
We have an Instagram at Palooza Indie, and it's all together, no spaces. And then you can click the link. You can click the link in the bio, and then it'll lead you to the other websites.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful.
All right. Well, thanks, Jariah, for stopping by and talking to us. And your information, we'll definitely put it down in our comments and on the show. And if anybody didn't catch anything, they can always contact us, and we'll get them in touch with you guys. So hope to see you again, and good luck with your business.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So our next guest has several businesses. So I'm going to wait and let her explain it to you, because she has a very unique situation that prompted her to just dive into all these different areas. So please welcome Deandra Yates.
Hi, ladies.
Hey, let me know, Deandra. Did I say it wrong? Deandra or Deandra? Deandra.
It's okay, I'm used to it.
Look, forgive me, because people mess up my name all the time. That's why I just go to Tina. So, but welcome,
Thank you.
and we're glad to have you. So we're gonna just jump right in, because I'm gonna call you D, so I don't mess up. We're gonna jump right in. So D can explain all the different businesses that she has and what led her there. So we're gonna just jump in and let you go ahead and start off telling us how did you get to all the businesses that you have and what led you there.
Okay, so in November of 2014, I founded Surviving Hands Medical Services.
Okay.
It was birthed out of my son being shot. February 1st, 2014, my son was shot by a stray bullet. He was at a birthday party.
Wow.
In the right place at the right time, doing what kids should do.
Right.
A friend of a friend was turning 15 years old, and someone got angry that the mom asked them to leave, and they just shot the house up.
Oh wow.
The reason that I started Surviving Hands, which is a CPR and first aid training company, is because no one performed CPR on my son.
Wow.
And at the time, I had been a medical assistant for about 7 years, and so I was trained, every 2 years. And there was a nurse in the home, and I couldn't believe that she allowed panic and anxiety to take over and did not jump in and do 30 compressions and 2 breaths on my son.
Right.
So I had this goal. I was like, oh, I got to teach kids. Kids need to know if their kids get hurt, their parents get hurt, what to do. And it ended up blossoming into me certifying daycare workers, home health aides, nurses, therapists, everybody. So it's been amazing.
Yeah, that's needed. That was a great idea.
It was one of those things that was just birthed out of pain.
Right.
And then February of 2015, I founded a nonprofit called Purpose for My Pain. And again, out of the tragedy with my son did live. He just lives a very different life. He's a nonverbal quadriplegic as a result of the shooting. He survived 6 years. So we founded Purpose for My Pain. At first, it was just to kind of honor Dre and his fight for survival. And then I noticed that a lot of people were not speaking out who had injured loved ones. It was just more so you hear about those that passed away. And I'm like, we need to create a platform for those who have been injured and shot. But I quickly found out that a lot of them don't speak out for multiple reasons. Living with the injury, especially life, changing or life-altering injury kind of puts you in a different mindset and mode. So we became a support hub for families impacted by gun violence, no matter how. So we are a resource hub. We teach advocacy training, how to share your story. We have a support group for women impacted, and now we just launched a support group for siblings impacted by gun violence.
Oh yeah, because I'm sure the siblings, it changes their lives too, and people forget about that. Yeah,
totally forgotten population. And I have a younger son who was 9 when his big brother was shot, and it has changed everything on how he has grown up. And so just a forgotten sector of people. So we wanted to say, hey, siblings matter too. And from my gun violence advocacy, I started having a lot of people reach out to me for support for burying their loved ones. And I was like, whoa, we don't have that kind of funding. So thus I became a life insurance agent. So I'm an independent broker. So in October of 2018, I got my life and health license for the state of Indiana, and then this year I became licensed in Ohio, Texas, and Georgia. I am a 4-state agent, and because I wanted to teach our community to create legacy. It's not just about burying your loved one. There's living benefits, and then we gotta stop making GoFundMe rich. It's a part of an education tool, but also just to let people know it's affordable. And I call it, it's a part of getting through your grief journey. One less thing. When they told me Dre, because they told me my son was not going to make it, and I remember telling my family, I was like, well, I got life insurance. We don't have to worry about burying Dre. And I know the sense of relief it had brought me, and even still brings me, because my son lives a very fragile life. So now I use my story and share that when I'm talking to families about covering their children.
That's amazing.
It is.
That's great. So Deandra, do you have, there's so much about your story first that is so inspiring, and I just couldn't even imagine, but it is a true testament to really how to turn negative circumstances into something positive. And so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And so with the national attention of everything that's happening around gun violence and really youth advocacy for that matter. So do you, how do your organizations work with other organizations, either locally, regionally, or nationally?
Well, we will partner and host events. Right now, I'm trying to work out something. Well, we do Pray for Dre every year. It's a basketball tournament, but this year it was virtual, so there was no basketball tournament. So what we did is we partnered with Voices Incorporated, and they brought some of their youth on our panel, and it was amazing to have the young men speak out, because it was in the midst and the height of all the rallies and everything about how gun violence has impacted their life. We had 2 men and 2 young women. So it is very important for us through Purpose for Our Pain to create the platforms to share stories, because a lot of people hear numbers and statistics, but they putting a reality to that number, putting a face and a family to that number is imperative to really get the true story out. So we brought young men who have been impacted not only by gun violence, but by negative interactions with the police. And then we had 2 young women who have lost family members, have seen walking at a bus stop, seeing crime scenes, the yellow tape, and different things like that. So that's one avenue. Another thing that we do is work with legislative issues, and so we work with Moms Demand Action on getting survivor stories out there to testify against bills, and that's a way of creating advocacy.
That's good.
What heart posture do you see, like a change in like the heart posture of families or people that like come through your program?
Oh my God. Well, initially when they come, it's a lot of brokenness. And what I like to share with people, this is a forever journey of healing. If you say you've been healed from losing a loved one in any perspective, but a sudden loss takes it to another level. So a lot of times I meet with the moms one-on-one or talk with them one-on-one just to see where they are in their journey, making sure that we're not hurting people. But I've learned so much understanding even in that. But the heart posture that I see, we have formed a sisterhood. And when people come into our group, which here lately has almost been daily, is, oh my God, a sense of relief.
Yes.
Right.
Somebody knows my pain and they're not judging my pain.
Right.
You would be so surprised who says, girl, you're not over there yet? When women tell me that their friends and family and coworkers ask them that, and so they're like, our sisterhood, our group is called A Woman's Pain, is a support system like none other. And in doing this work, I've done a lot of work on the national level. I have met women from all over the country. So now since COVID has happened, we do a Zoom every 2 weeks called Connecting and Building Conversations with Women Impacted by Gun Violence. Most of the women who joined I've been connected with for a couple of years, but a lot of them are new. And it's just a safe place to say, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. And so as far as their heart posture, is just saying, you know what, it's a sense of relief to know that y'all love me just as I am in my mess and in my brokenness.
Man, that's great that that program is there and available, because being lonely in a certain situation, it just kind of like make it worse. I mean, it just helps a little bit for somebody to understand. Do you guys do anything with school age kids around gun violence, or like going to schools or doing anything like that?
We will go into the schools and talk and share our stories. We don't have any direct program with the youth because honestly in Indianapolis, that I'm not gonna say it's a saturated, but it's some very impactful people working with the youth. But we will definitely go in and share our story. And I say that is a preventative measure, because if we can share our story and share our pain, I always encourage young men to say, hey, you never want your mother in my shoes. And then when I tell them about my son, because again, they don't hear a lot about injuries. I'm like, do you want to wear diapers? Do you want to get fed through a tube and never be able to eat ice cream again? And I put it to them just how it is, and I'm like, whoa. So we definitely share our stories for that intervention and prevention method. Yes.
Okay. So can you let our viewers know how they can get in touch with you?
So you can find us on Facebook, Purpose for My Pain. You can find on Facebook under Purpose for My Pain. That's with the number 4. If you're interested in life insurance, I'm Deandra Yates on Facebook. It's so many different pages. For CPR, it's Surviving Hands Medical Services on Facebook. And if you want to book me to speak, I do speak. I do public speaking. I do panels. I'm actually headed to one here in a second. You can go to my Deandra Yates page, and then you can find everything at DeandraYates.com.
Okay, well, thanks a lot. We were glad to get that information. So once again, if you guys didn't catch all that, and some of it will be in our comments below, you can always contact us and we will get you in touch with Deandra. So now we're going to do She-Mail. And if you saw the last show, you know, we had some very unique questions, but we still want them. So we're going to let our guests go ahead and pull from the mailbox here.
Should I read it also?
Yeah, you can read it as well. Let you shock us.
Okay. Do you think a person of a certain age should not wear revealing or tight clothes? Good question.
Well, I think they shouldn't, because I mean, I feel like, for me, I don't have daughters, I have 4 sons. But why should I have on the same outfit with their girlfriends or somebody? You know, I'm like, there's an age difference. So I probably shouldn't wear the exact same thing that somebody that's 25 years younger than me is wearing. So I should have a different perspective. And, you know, and people gotta learn, being sexy is an attitude. And you don't have to, like, you know, do certain things, be extremely tight or, you know, revealing to be sexy or, like, you know, to look good. So
you go ahead. No, I was just gonna say that for me as well, it, like, my clothes, it does not determine my level of sexiness or not. So it's that inner thing that's inside that gives you that you know, so, but yeah, I don't want to dress like how I did 15 years ago either, because of, I mean, where I'm in a different place than what I was when I did dress that way. So.
I Y'all always make me be the person to say the stuff. So, does it make it any more acceptable for me to have my cleavage showing at 20 than it does at 55?
Well, that's true. That's true.
I mean, does it make it any more acceptable? I don't know. I'm not saying because I'm 52. Like I'm 52.
You think
that it's any more or less appropriate or inappropriate for me to dress a certain way.
Right.
Because and I will say, so yes, when I was younger, then I was a lot smaller too.
Well, yeah.
You know, but
we know that's
we
the
can
case.
get into that too, you know, with the whole size thing.
Right.
You know, because you'll see various sizes
Right.
wearing things that are very revealing and inappropriate. So again, it's still a values proposition.
Yeah.
How do you want to be perceived?
That's right.
Right.
And so at any age, it really doesn't matter, you know, and I can't say that if I were to get to my goal size again, that I may not wear something a little shorter. And my husband likes shorter dresses. He likes my legs to show. Do you know what I mean? So because I'm 50-something, does that mean that I can't wear a shorter dress that doesn't have something hanging from under it? You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's kind of a catch-22 question for me. But now, if you're just straight going, if someone's wearing sheer things, like that's something that when I became older, no, I didn't wear sheer tops anymore, you know, and things like that. And so I just think it's all about how do you want to be perceived, because no matter at what age, if you have on certain things, you're going to be perceived a certain way.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
You want to weigh in on it?
So it's funny because sometimes when I'm putting on certain things, when you say sheer, and I'm like, oh, I can't wear that out. And my mentality changed too when I became a wife. So I became a mom at a very young age. And so at 18, I was still wearing my short shorts and things like that. But then my values and how I was raised started playing an effect in a huge way. How did I want to be perceived? And then people will say, well, just because she has on this doesn't mean her mentality is this way. But it is perception at the end of the day. It's perception and it is prejudice. So you have to just come to that understanding. How do I want to be perceived? With me now, it's so many things that I won't do because people know who I am. They know my stories. I'm like, I can't even go to the grocery store with a hair scarf on. You know? But it's also something I would have did at 18 and not at 38 years old. So I think what you values, perception, and prejudice is huge. It is how do you want to be perceived?
That's good.
So I think we got time for another one. So who wants to see if they're gonna get something strange or something? Let's see.
She pulls out
Something strange or strong. Do you live to work or work to live?
That's a good one, isn't it? Do you live to work or to live? I think they're interchangeable. I mean, in the society, you know, that we live in, our custom is to work, because you don't work, you really don't eat. You might eat, but you're gonna eat at a lower level. So you have to work and you have to grind, and to be able to live at a level you want to live at. So, but I think we have to keep a balance though, because we will work will consume us to the point that we have no life for family, friends, fun, self-care time, and none of that. So I say they kind of interchangeable, but we just got to be watchful on keeping a balance.
Yeah, I have a hard time shutting it off.
Me too.
That's hard. I have a hard time shutting it off, so I don't even know how to answer. I would have to say interchangeable too, because I truly feel like
we have to force ourselves to I'm gonna take a break from thinking, because if we're not doing it, we're thinking about it.
And then a lot of us, I mean, whether we are working for organizations, corporations, or entrepreneurs, which that's the case for a lot of us, if you're not working for the corporation or organization, you're working your business. So even when we are sleeping at night, for me, my brain does not shut off. Yes, I go to sleep, but I don't rest because I'm thinking either about a project at work or what's the next step or goal in one of my businesses. So it's just it's a never ending.
Same for me. If I don't book a class, I don't get paid. If I don't
Yeah.
sell a policy, I don't get paid.
Right.
So for me, it is constant. But one thing that I learned after my baby was shy, that I mean, it was a given, but when it's in your face, life is too short.
That's right.
Yeah.
I learned self-care like never before.
Yeah.
When my
Yeah.
kids were younger, it was provide, grind, overtime, double, pick up this. pick up-
Right.
But now it's changed my perspective. Like, no, I will take a day off and practice self-care in a minute.
right.
I did yesterday, and I was like, okay, Monday and Tuesday, I gotta work out. I did one class yesterday and like didn't work the rest of the day. And first of all, I was like, who do you think you are? But then I was like, maybe my body just needed this.
Yes.
And so self-care for me has just become the number one thing, because without it, I would just lose it. So, but it is very hard when you are an entrepreneur to balance it all. Yeah.
So we got to make time for fun, activities, relaxing activities,
Memories.
and memories.
Yes,
Definitely create
creating
memories with our
memories.
families and friends, and we got to do that.
Yeah.
So, once again, guys, we have come to that time where we will be closing out. And we are so happy that you guys decided to join us and connect with us at the heart. So, until next time, we'll see you.
Goodbye.
Thank you.